Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade. This is How to App on iOS. It is Monday Fun Day here in Australia and Sunday for the rest of you living in the past. We've got something interesting to look at today. We've got heaps to do this week. Man, this week's crazy. It's going to be a crazy, crazy week. Howdy do, welcome to the show, folks. Those of you watching on the replay, hello. Those of you here live, hello as well. So we've got Russ, Tom Rochelle, SM Borthwick, Scott, Gary Hubbs. Good to see you, folks. Good to see you. I hope your weekend has been really good and you've got lots of music done. I, on the other hand, have not. Because if you follow me on Facebook, you would know I've had a really rough weekend since Thursday. And it's interesting, you know, we talked a lot about this last week. How do you do, Pete? Welcome aboard. So we actually covered all this stuff last week about mental health, mental well-being, all that kind of stuff. Hi, Deep Gravity, good to see you too. Welcome aboard. And Mike, g'day, Mike Holmes, welcome aboard yourself too. So, you know, we talked about this, and last week when we talked about it, I thought I was impervious to it and it wouldn't affect me. But guess what? It did. On Thursday, I got smashed down with I don't know. It's been hard to understand. A mix of ill health and just an inability to be able to focus on music and stuff. And I needed a lot of sleep. And I'll be honest, pretty much the whole weekend I slept away. And I actually feel really good today. So I didn't get a lot of work done on my EP, and it's really been stressing me, and it shouldn't be because shit happens. Life gets in the way. Things happen, and I should follow my own advice. And it took me, you know, the whole weekend to get my head around that, and still got 3 days to get my shit together. And what do you know? Last night I tried to jump into my music and tried to record the final guitars I needed to. And oh my God, I just couldn't. My hand was hurting after like 10 minutes of playing guitar. It was super frustrating. And I ended up putting it down and having another sleep. I did a lot of sleep this weekend. And then I ended up getting up after a few hours, had a shower, had something to eat, and then jumped into my project and wrapped up the guitars I needed to, which was cool. There's still a little bit more work to go. Today I'm going to focus on those last little bits and then see if I can belt out some vocals. So who knows? Could be able to get there. But you know, if I don't, shit happens. That's how it goes. You know, I'm still so close and I'm not going to be far off. Even if I miss it, it'll only be a couple of days, I think, afterwards. But I'm still pushing hard to get there. Hi, Langston Reese. Welcome to the chat as well. So, and Andy, see you too. Welcome aboard. Let's have a look quickly at any cheap apps, anything that's dropped. So as you can see, there's quite a few things that have dropped in price. Jam Maestro Lite is free. I have this. I've never really used it. It's got an in-app purchase. I can't remember how much it is, but you can sequence drums and guitar and stuff in it. And you can, I think, import tablature and actually sequence stuff from tablature as well. That's from memory, what I believe it is. So the people who make Ape Matrix, Apesoft they are called, Ape Matrix, all of their apps, a whole bunch of their apps are dropped by like about $3 kind of each. So Ape Delay, Ape Matrix. If you don't know what Ape Matrix is, it's kind of like Audio Bus or AUM, similar kind of thing. So it all depends. It's basically a routing tool for your AUV3 and interapp audio stuff. Hear a lot of things about it, but haven't purchased it myself. I can let you know too, so Nano Studio, if you're into that kind of stuff, Nano Studio is like a DAW. Unfortunately, I think I'm not sure with Nano Studio, can you record music? Can you record audio, or is it just sampling? I can't remember, but that's cheap anyway, so it's like $10 off. New Rack AUV3 FX plugin is cheap as well. I would recommend it. I haven't done a show on it yet because, man, it's so massive. There's so much to that app. It's really incredible, let me tell you that. But I just want to make sure I get everything that I know how to use it fully before I do a show on it. So I've been holding off on doing that. I've actually had it for like a month and probably a bit longer, but it's an amazing app. So that's just an overview of what's happening in the apps department. Now I'll just preset something up for later on because we're giving away this prize. We'll do that for later on. For Ron, no, we don't want to do that. We want to do this. Cool, get out of there. So new rack is really cool. Speaking of new rack, so 4 Pockets just has a new app out too, which I'm going to hopefully do this week if I can fit it all in because there's so many new apps. It's a MIDI strummer, I think it is, and it's an acoustic guitar strumming app. It's like the virtual guitar in GarageBand, but in an AUV3 plugin. It's good, folks. It's very, very, very good. So I'll probably do a show on that later this week. Not really sure. We'll work it all out. I'm probably going to do a show on my head is still a mess today. On everybody's favorite, I'm trying to look for it, on Final Touch, because I still haven't done a show on Final Touch, and because I'm going to be mastering my songs this week, I'm going to be doing it in Final Touch. So if you wanted a show on Final Touch, it is coming this week. And as you can see over here, there's a few new apps just to here. So Beat Time, AnyTune Pro, and Transcribe. Man, Beat Time is sick. Oh man, I can't wait to do a show on that. I've been playing with that since I woke up this morning. It is fucking off the wall. But anyway, let's have a look at Transcribe and let's see what this shit is all about, because it's pretty cool as well. Has a bit of a price tag on it. That's going to be the bummer for people. But you know, think of Audio Stretch. So here's Audio Stretch over here. Think of Audio Stretch crossed with, and I can't think of the name of what the other one is. Why has my mind gone blank today? Where is it? It should be somewhere here. Audio Stretch and Let's Unmix. So it's a mix of those two. So in Let's Unmix, you can split apart all the tracks, and in Audio Stretch, you can change the time and pitch. But in Transcribe Plus, you can do both. Okay, so let's open it up. Now, I don't think I've... so this is what you get when you basically open it up. It's free to download immediately, but you only get to use 45 seconds. It has a price tag on it in Australia, which it was $22. So I'm not sure what that is in... let's see, how much is it? Let's see. I should do a search in here. Let's do a search here. Search Transcribe Plus USD. Transcribe Plus. It's probably about $10, I would say, something like that. There it is. Oh, it's an in-app purchase. What am I doing? It would be in here, wouldn't it? Man, I probably need more sleep. But still, it's only going to show me an AUD. So $22, whatever that is in your country. You guys can work it out. You know the deal. So here it is. You get 45 seconds to play with when you download it straight up. Now I've paid for it, so I'm going to unlock it. Restore my purchase. Yes, restore. Is everything good? Are we restored? We're restored. So straight off the bat, your interface is very basic, very clean, which we like. We like clean. I'm going to change it so you get a whole lot of different colors too. You can change it to. I'm going to go the dark color, of course. £15. Thank you very much, Russ, in the chat for sorting out that price. So it's very simple to look at, but let's grab a song. So I'll grab one of my songs, and we hit up the top right-hand corner. So everything's super easy. And you can choose from your camera roll, so you can import video, you can import music from your library, if it's yours, if you've paid for it, of course. But we're going into here, into our Files app, and we're going to grab it from Audio Share. Thank you very much, Deep Gravity, $15.50 for the additional plugin. So I'll go by date here. Hang on, let's take from Audio Share. What are we looking for? Let's go by name or file type, maybe. There we go. I'm looking for some masters here, some DreadCircus masters. Masters. January masters, optimize masters. God, I can't even find the masters I want. Gold masters, they're probably the ones. So I'll take my crawling skin. So this is one of the rough gold masters from my forthcoming album, so I'll give it a play. So pretty standard, get a nice big screen showing your WAV file, so everything's good there. And here's the good thing, you can scrub. Scrub's really handy. And you can actually change the pitch and the semitones of the track while you're playing it. So this is really cool. So let's get it playing and let's start messing around with it. Pretty cool, huh? And notice that it doesn't really lose any, there's no artifacts or anything like that. I'm really blown away by that. It's really impressive. I know with Let's Unmix, there were a fair bit of like artifacts and things popping up just even by doing that. Now, of course, when you're going to split tracks with any of these things, there's going to be artifacts. You just can't help it. You just can't do anything about that. It is what it is. And it all depends. And the other thing I will show you, once I do find this track, God, I'm going blind today. Masters, June, where are we? Is it in here? No, it's not in there. Let's keep going until I find these tracks. Maybe not. Gold Masters, where are they? Maybe I don't have it on this iPad. That's probably the case. Nonconformist demo. Let's try this one. It's probably in here. My crawling skin, there it is. This one should have lyrics. I'm sorry, I got lost again. Lost in my head again. I want to taste your hair and touch alone. My crawling skin, time brings tears, shattered memories of. And to change the pitch, see, I'm swiping left to right on the actual speed bar. To change the pitch, you grab the pitch bar and lift that up and down. All right, so you can see the semitones are changing there. So let's just move it down one semitone. Pretty cool. I was even playing around with it this morning, right, and taking the speed up high, bringing the semitones back to 0, and just flicking with my finger and then hitting play. Let's see if it works. Oh, I did it too fast. I did it too fast. So almost like, you know, you're actually controlling you're running a DJ booth there that you could spin a disc. You could actually spin that forward, spin it back. You can really do some full on stuff with this. It's quite cool. So you've got a flag option as well. You can click a little flag here over to the left and set a little flag just as somewhere to set a title in there so you know what you're doing. You can delete it, get rid of it, give it a color. That's all cool. And you can actually loop stuff as well. So over to the right hand side, you've got a little loop up button, and it gives you this little frame here that you can stretch out, make as long as you like. So when you hit play, it'll just keep going back and forward. Really cool. And you know, you can just keep that loop, and if you wanted to like save that, you can save it as a loop, you can save it as a full file, so you've got plenty of export options as well. We'll just delete that for now, but it gets better. Because also if you go into the options, we'll scroll down, so you've got a mono selection as well, so you can change your file to mono quite easily. Pan the file as well, left and right, save it there. But you'll see underneath there's a little button that says Show EQ Toolbar. And how good is this? So you've got, what are we, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's pretty cool. You've got an EQ. And I'll tell you when it comes in handy. It may not come in handy for it being set like this. It comes in handy for when you split apart the tracks. Because, you know, when you split apart the tracks, you're going to get these audio artifacts in, say, the vocal track or in the drum track. You can EQ it to try and give it a better sound. So that's just an added extra, which is really tasty in my view. What else have we got here in the options? So if you've added flags and things like that, you've got a little delete button here, so you can remove all the flags and loops in one go if you've got a whole bunch of stuff on there. Once you've got a loop set, you can see just under here, it's not lit up at the moment because there's no loop set. You can actually export that loop wherever you have like the A and B set for that loop, and you can export a track. So just by clicking that, you get all these options. So AIF, WAV, all the options you can need to export it. So that's really cool as well to use in whatever DAW you're going to use. So nice and simple. Everything's really cool there. But here's the extra fun bit. So, I mean, why I'm kind of excited about this, I think the algorithms throughout this are a step up. Definitely like the speed and the pitch correction for all of the actual pitch changing. Heaps better than Audio Stretch. I like Audio Stretch for what it is. But if you're on the fence of either getting Audio Stretch and Let's Unmix, if you weigh up the price of both of them, I think this works out cheaper to actually get it all in one. So if you've been on the fence about getting either or both of those, this could be a good alternative. So that's why I'm getting into this today. But without further ado, let's have a look at the splitting of the tracks, because that's important too. So I'm going to go up here, and you get a crap ton of options. It's not just like just split into 4. So when you click on here, you get to split vocals, bass, drums, and instruments. You can split it into 2 stems, vocals and all accompaniments. So 1 stem, which is just vocals, 1 stem of drums, a stem of bass, a stem of instruments only, or just the accompaniments. So you've got plenty of options, but let's just go for the whole hog first. Now, it does take some time, which is a good thing. I always think if something's going to take a fair bit of time to actually do something as complex as this, then it's going to come out better than what it would if it's a super fast thing. And even with Let's Unmix, I noticed it's really fast. So hopefully, like even in their future updates, I think, you know, letting an algorithm do its thing. And I think it takes about, I don't know, I'm not counting it now, but like I did a really long song earlier. There was about 6 minutes kind of thing. It took about 100 seconds kind of thing. So not too long really, in the space of like the world and what's going on in the world. But so as you can see here, it says it's splitting the tracks into stems with machine learning magic. And that's what it is, man. It is magic, I think. Like, who would have thought we'd be able to do this kind of shit? Let alone, like, you know, all the great shit we can already do with these amazing apps and stuff. But being able to split these tracks, and I will be honest, just as a heads up in advance, what I found this really good for is pulling vocals out. The vocal tracks alone by themselves sound absolutely sick. Like, I'm blown away. So I'm going to go back and show you just pulling out the vocal and just the rest of the instrument and see how that sounds, because I haven't done one of those yet. But you shall see after this is done. So you can see it's a bit of a long wait. And there we go. And look at that. That's pretty nifty, I reckon. Nifty, nifty, nifty. And across the left-hand side here, you've got your little mute buttons, so you can mute each one, which is handy. I will let you know too, this does work on both iPad and iPhone. So I was playing with it on iPhone today, so this is the first time I've used it on my iPad, which is nice. Let's have a listen, shall we? And we'll mute out the tracks as we go along.
Save me as I weep into a crystal glass, blood seeps from eyes of sadness. Hold me once again, empty all of my pain. Love will never be. I want to dance again. I'm sorry I got lost again. Lost in my head again.
Now what I was going to do, just to do something silly, let's see if this works. I love doing this stupid shit on the fly. So if we mute these and we just keep the vocal, and let's scroll over to the vocal and play it.
A crystal glass, blood seeps from eyes of sadness. Hold me once again.
So I've brought it down 3 semitones, and what I'm going to do is scroll down here, and I'm going to export unmuted stems only as an M4A. Let's let it do its thing. It's definitely better at pulling out vocals, 100%. Like that, and that's a really hard thing to do. Like you know, and a lot of people want this stuff for karaoke. And there's so many uses you can do this for. Like, you know, you want to fix a track up. What do we call this? Vocals, crystal, and okay. Cool, we get to save it in audio share. Cool, so that's there. And what I was going to do is open up GarageBand quickly. So you could do this, use it for if you're learning music, you want to learn guitar parts. So it's good for teaching yourself things like that. It's good for fixing up files that maybe, you know, you want to stretch, or all that kind of stuff. You want to split up a song, or even this crazy thing, what I'm going to try and do here. Let's see if we can do this. I want to open a new project, create a new song. We want to go clean. We want to go fun, because this is going to be fun, isn't it? Probably won't work and it'll sound stupid as, but you know, that's what it's all about. Making mistakes as usual and trying stupid things, because you never know if you don't give it a go. Turn on audio monitoring, and we're going to go in and we're going to import this vocal track. Let's, where are we? La 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 la. Audio share. So there it is. We'll import that. Crystal. Let's drag that in down here. And then I'm going to go back and try and find this other file. It was in a folder, wasn't it? If I do a search, audio share files, I'm looking for folders. Oh, why can't I choose date? There we go. I've already got date, file type, kind, there we go. And it was in here, June 18. Where are we? Crystal Glass. Oh man. I can't remember what track it is on my album. McCrawl and Skin, it's this one. There we go. Crawl and Skin. We'll drag that in here. Hopefully it all matches up. And because this is in a lower third, I wonder if it's going to work.
Save me as I weep into a crystal glass, blood seeps from my eyes of sadness.
It's a little bit slow. Can we bring it in a little bit more? Let's just cut it. It's shit anyway. But you get what I'm trying to do here. You can do these kind of things. So let's zoom right in and just move it a little bit.
Save me as I weep into a crystal glass, blood seeps from my eyes of sadness.
So you could find a harmony in a vocal part, and you could create a harmony without actually singing it. If you sing the harmony actually good. See, this is a part that has, you know, it's not going to work the way I've done it here because of the actual song has multiple tracks in that vocal there. But you can see just one thing you could do with this app. So it's really cool. Let's delete this because it's garbage, and I always forget to delete this crap and leave it in my GarageBand. Is there anything else we can do with it? So, that's what we're going to do. Here's another really cool thing about this. So once you've done all that and you've split it apart, you can actually go back here and where is it? Restore original mix. And look how quickly it restores back to normal. That is... When I restored it back to normal, I thought it was going to take like another 2 minutes or so to actually do that. So that's really cool. Very impressive. But let's just do let's isolate. So vocals and all accompaniment. So 2 stems. Let's see how that goes. And give it some time. Some time. Get the time tick, ticking in my head. Time, get the time tick, ticking in my head. I should have some music to play in the background while I'm doing it. Wow, what do I have? Let's play this. This is something I've been working on in GarageBand. Some doom metal thing. Anyway, we'll get rid of that. We've got some questions here. Do you think it would separate out a single auto drummer track from GarageBand? So you mean single out like from a mix, or single out a part of an auto drummer? So like the snare or something. Do you mean that? Because I don't think it would do that, but I mean, it would certainly pull the drums out from a full mix, like as good as what we're doing here. So, and you're right, Tom Rochelle, it does keep it in the memory, I'm guessing. So that's cool. Not exactly elevator music, Rick, you are correct there. So let's see what it's done with this. Oh, I'm still in semitones. There we go. Save me as I weep. So you can hear there's artifacts there.
Set my heart alight. Dreamer, dream of silk and swirls in my crowds and sleepless nights. I want to dance again. I'm sorry. I got lost again. Lost in my head again.
So again, not perfect, but I mean, you're never going to get perfect with these things. I mean, it's an incredible achievement for apps to even be able to do this. Like, it's simply mind-blowing to me that it can actually even do that. Just think about how many people like put up those dodgy karaoke tracks on YouTube, which are just about the same quality as this, and they've just pulled out the vocals using a what is it called on PC? On one of those apps that you can do that on. I can't even think of the program. It doesn't matter. So yeah, this is the app. I don't think there's anything else I need to show you. Now, I tried pulling music from my iCloud and from my Apple Music Cloud, and it just wouldn't do it. And I'm guessing it's because I do use Apple Music, but I didn't try pulling a track that I have saved from my my Apple Locker. So I'll probably give that a go soon, see if that works. But I didn't have any luck pulling down anything like that. So Apple Music, no go. Camera roll, it actually pulls out a video audio track, so that works. Is there anything else in the settings I need to show you? So you've got your EQ and all that kind of thing. Let's just go back to the original track. And where are we? How do I do it? Restore! Bang. I'm just really blown away at being able to play it and just...
Your caring touch alone, my crawling skin time bring.
Man, for learning guitar solos and stuff, that would be really cool. And all that stuff seems to work really good, so I'm super impressed. So I mean, as I said, if you are up in the air about getting Let's Unmix and Audio Stretch, here it all is in one. You can download it for free today. You get 45 seconds to play around with it yourself. Another good thing to do is to test it first, because I mean, it depends on the music too. I would expect, let's do this one last thing before we go. Might as well try it. Let's grab some metal, because I always think, doing this with metal tracks, with electric guitar and stuff, is always really difficult. So I'll grab, I think this is the latest mix from one of my tracks from the new EP. Oops. Yeah. This is No More Lies from my new EP, which I'm nearly finished. Holy shit, it sounds heaps better faster. I should have recorded it faster. Let's do a quick we'll pull this apart because metal's always difficult with these things. So again, we have to wait for this to go ahead. And while we're doing that, we've got to give away some apps too before I go. So I know a lot of you are here for that. What else are we going to do tomorrow? I'm not sure what we're looking at tomorrow. I would say on Wednesday's show, we're going to hopefully look at Final Touch. Finally, because I will hopefully be mixing down my EP or mastering my EP with Final Touch. So I'll be doing it on the show. I don't know if I'll be using what I do in that show for the actual final master, but I will run through all the features and how I use it and all that kind of stuff. So because I've been holding off on doing it until I actually had something to do it with of value, and now I do, so that's cool. And I'll probably do an episode this week on Bandcamp, because I want to run through Bandcamp, because everybody's got Songtember songs they want to put out. Last week we looked at Reverb Nation, and I think Bandcamp is another viable option for people to put out music. I know I had to use Bandcamp for all my stuff anyway, as well as DistroKid, but there's been material that I've wanted to release through DistroKid, through Apple and Spotify that they have declined to put up because of the, let's say, extremity of it and the brutalness of the artwork. So Bandcamp's pretty open and free for that kind of stuff. So that's a great alternative for especially creators who don't want to play by the rules of music. And Apple has a rule book which is quite stringent. If you haven't downloaded that and you've got nothing to do, look up the Apple handbook, the actual music guide, their style guide. It's a really interesting read. A lot of it you'll be reading and going, really? What a bunch of Nazis. The style guide is a really eye-opening experience, the Apple style guide. And then when you finish that, go and download the Spotify style guide. That thing's just as concentration campish. Not really, that's a bit of an exaggeration. But yeah, they have some pretty extreme rules on stuff, especially around capital letters and all that kind of shit. And brackets. Don't put a bracket here. It's very important. So yes, both Apple and Spotify are like that. So I definitely want to look at Bandcamp this week. All right, so here we go. Now this has no vocals, but let's see what it's done with. I'm sure it's broken up the bass. I don't know what it's done with. All right, so we've got the bass split up. Let's go. Well, that's okay. Let's just hear what the drums sound like straight away. So it's picked up the snare okay. And all the rest will be here, I guess. Wow. That's not too bad. A few artifacts. The bass is a bit wobbly. Certainly doesn't sound like it did at the start. So doing this kind of stuff is all going to depend on the kind of music that you make too. So, the heavy guitars kind of come out fairly good. But there you go. That's it. Let's just bring that back to where it was. Restore to original. Thank you very much. Well, this one's taking a little while. There we go. We're back to... I love just playing with that. Good fun. So the other app we're probably going to look at this week too, before I jump into the prizes, is this thing, Beat Time. I don't know if you've heard of what this is, but oh my God. It's pretty similar to what I just showed you, very similar kind of app, but instead you can actually pull stuff from YouTube and sample it and rip it from within this app. And you can slow it down, and you can slow down the video, and Trust me, it's really good. Very exciting. So I just got that today. I played with that this morning. I'll maybe look at it tomorrow. I am excited about it, and so we'll probably be looking at it tomorrow, because I get a lot of people asking how to pull YouTube videos down, and you got to do that responsibly, of course, because copyrighted material and all that stuff. But most likely we'll be looking at that tomorrow. So let's do this competition, shall we? And then I can bugger off and let all you good people go away and enjoy your day or evening or morning or whatever, sleep, whatever's happening. So what do we want to do? We want to open notes. Yep, we want to do that. Shut it down. We've got our famous random number generator. And I'm going to bring notes up. Oh, well, that'll do. That'll do. Actually, we'll do this. That's better. So you can see everybody's name there. I've already set it up here. Now, if anybody's like added to the comments during the show, sorry, I don't have a chance to get to it now, and I kind of never do that. It's once the show starts, it's locked in. So there's 21 people. I've got 3 apps to give away of Mammoth bass amp. We're going to hit generate. We're going to do it 3 times. Number 3 is Humpity-Doo. Humpity-Doo has won. Humpity-Doo. Yeah. Humpity-Doo. So put a star there. Let's do the next one. 16 is Alex Beretti's. Is that how you say it? There we go. And the last one is number 4, which is Mobile Metal. Oh man, he's going to cream over that. So we'll put a star there. And you know what? I've actually got an extra one. So let's just do an extra one. 16, that's already taken. 14 is Baya Messi. Is that how you say it? Anyway, if these people are you, I will put a link, a comment at the top of this video. So you can send me an email to collect your codes for this. But those of you who wanted to win this, don't despair, because I can let you know this week on GBU Live, if you are a member of the GarageBand users group, I normally join Ron Ward and Brian Bigler on the GarageBand users weekly show. I'm going to be giving away a copy of this there and a copy of Grand Piano AUV3 plug-in there as well. So you've got a chance to win there too. Okie doke. There you go. That's today's show. I hope you all have a good, positive time. You've lots of inspiration to make music over the next few days to get your Songtember stuff in. If you've already got your stuff in, now I'm jealous of you. God damn you. But no, all the more power to you. Congratulations. If you're still pushing and you're still getting there, I'll send you lots of energy. I know I'm going to be like pushing hard to try and get my stuff out too. And we can do it, gang. We can do it. We can do it. All right. Well, that's me for today. Thank you very much for hanging out in the live stream. If you're watching on the replay, folks, you can click subscribe, because I know there's lots of people who watch who don't subscribe. So do it now. And you can click a little subscribe button here that's popping up on your screen. If you're watching on the replay, you can watch a lovely playlist of like now 86 videos, plenty of stuff to watch. And I will see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Keep making music, keep rocking, do what makes you happy. And I'll see you tomorrow. Adios, my amigos. Bye.